What's up, y'all? This is Ty. I am here to review SWV Xscape Season 1, Episode 4 of their lovely show, The Queens of R&B. Shout outs to all my subscribers. Thank you for holding me down. We are at, 1,040 subscribers. So thank y'all keeping this channel going and growing. So let's get down to this review. Now, I know music lovers, y'all know SWV, y'all know Xscape. This show has been the talk of the town. It's all over social media. Who should co-headline? Who's headlining? Who's co-headlining? Who got more hits than who? I love both groups. Like I said, they both got some jams. Who can deny? Who can I run to share this empty space? That's the jam right there. Even though that's a remake from the Jones Girls, but I'm familiar with Xscape's version. That's the one. That's what made me really start liking them. That was a song that did it for me. But you know, SWV, you're the one for me. Rain on me, rain down on me. Can we get kinky tonight? So many jams between all of them. Just kick it. They all got so many good jams. So I think it was a great idea for them to come together and do a show. And it's quite entertaining. But now let's get down to this episode. You know, the episode kicks off. We see Crazy Lily from SWV talking about her new book. I think it's called Hot Pussy Book or something like. She wants to be an exotic writer because she's like, listen, yes, SWV is my bread and butter, but I want multiple streams of income. I hear you, because that's what I'm aiming for too. I need that multiple streams of income too, which I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? I got my 9-to-5 job. This YouTube channel, if it pops off, that could be something. Well, not if, when it pops off, that'll be something. Then I have my little gigs. You know, I'll be doing my side gigs, singing and acting and all that. So yeah, I'm all for the multiple streams of income. And so she's doing this coochie book, Hot Coochie. And it's like, listen, that sells, right? You know, only them OnlyFans chicks is doing it. And people on OnlyFans is listen, they making money, a lot of them. So, you know, that there's something with sex that sells. You know, all that freaky stuff, that stuff sells. So I was cracking up. I'm all here for Lily and her Hot Pussy Book and Grandma Pussy, you know, excuse my language, but Grandma Coochie and all that stuff that she was saying. I'm all for that. Wait, that don't sound right. Scratch what I just said. I support her. That's all I'm saying, because that didn't sound right. None of that. Anyway, I was cracking up when she invited the manager over to her house, and she was reading excerpts from the book to him. And I was also cracking up how she offered him something to drink. She's so down to earth. She kept it all the way real. She had her red cookout cups. She was like, listen, my red plastic cookout cups. She said, listen, I don't do dishes around here, bro. Get one of them cups, get you some water, and listen to my Hot Coochie Book. Let me read some excerpts from it. That was funny. That showed a down-to-earth side. And it made me say, you know what, Lily, when this book come out, if they do a season 2, I think you should continue. I hope the book is out by the time they do a season 2, so you can promote the book on the show and get them sales going for for the book. You know, multiple streams of income. Like she said, she want multiple streams of income. So that was that. Then we see Taj and Tamika having a sit down, and they're discussing what they want to do for the show, ideas, creativity, who's going to wear, you know, what are they going to wear? What do you like to wear? This, then, the third. And Tamika mentioned how she wants to look like a retired stripper. And I was like, and Todd said, what does a retired stripper look like? I know what a retired stripper looks like, because I know a retired stripper. But that's a whole nother story. We're going to stay off my business. They ain't got nothing to do with anything. Oh, I know what a refurbished hoe look like, too. And I call her refurbished hoe because she called herself a refurbished hoe. But I know what that looks like. But anyway, I thought that was funny that she said she wants to look like a retired stripper. That's funny. And it's good seeing her step up to the plate and be creative and take charge. And she's going to be in charge of all of that. And see, I like that. We're getting to see what goes on, because a lot of people think it's just simple. You get up and sing. No, there's rehearsals. There's putting the presentation together, because you want to make sure everything looks nice, especially when you're doing big stadiums and people up in the nosebleed. You need something to entertain them too. You know, you got to have something going on where they can't, you know, if they can't really see you in that little box, you need the screens and the special effects and all that. That's all a part of the magic, you know. So it sounds like she's coming up with some great ideas. So anyway, Later on, we see Taj and Coco and them. They're preparing the Taj's condo to invite both Xscape and SWV over to discuss the show that they plan to do. And I was cracking up again because she had the wine, which I was cool with. But then she had them little slices of raw meat, which even Lily was like, what is this? Who's eating this, bro? What's that? And they even joked about that. And everybody came in all pleasant and joked around. And Coco got straight to the point. Coco was like, listen, so what's going on here? We co-headlining or what? What are we doing? We all kiki. Are we co-headlining or no? So Tasha says, we're co-headlining. And then you see in the confessional, Candy was like, my group said to me they didn't want a co-headline, but you know what? I'm going with what everybody says. But what she didn't appreciate was how Latasha just spoke for everybody when you could barely get her to do anything else. You can barely get her to show up for anything. So I said, so much tension between those two. It's just crazy. It's so much tension between them still. You thought this would be resolved and y'all would just have the one focus of just putting on the show for the fans and getting the money right and getting all that done. But it is what it is. So they're having that discussion. And Tamika is, she brought the creative director and she's showing the video of how she thinks the thing should be. And she coming up with her ideas about rain coming down. And Tiny was like, that's cute, but a little corny. And some of the stuff was a little over the top. The horses and all. You don't need no horses. Now you're doing too much. You don't need no damn horses. Just do what you got to do. But did you see when they panned the camera over to Latasha's face? Sister Latasha was like, and then we see her saying, oh, they're just trying to take everything from me because, I used to be the one that did all the creativity. Now they want to take that from me. So now I was confused because you're saying all this about people wanting to take stuff from you. But then whenever they ask her something, she has nothing to say. She seems like she's the one holding everything up. You're not showing up to things. And we see later in this episode, she ain't coming to the rehearsals and all these different things. So I'm like, I don't get it. I'm not understanding what's going on with her. And I must say this about her, because I think they're all talented. I think she's a talented woman. You ain't doing this thing right, Latasha. You're not doing this thing right. You and what's the husband's name? Rocky. If that was my wife, that was my woman. I would have set this up a different way. Yes, I would have used that Xscape gravy train and this reality show. I would have milked that, but in a more positive light. You could have did all of this, but in a more positive light. I would have been showing up to stuff, and then, yes, Jesus loves me. You should have showed us how you a changed woman, because you're trying to win the gospel crowd over now. So this way of you doing it kind of looking like you kind of crapping on your SWV. I mean, you and your Xscape group members and acting funny. It's not looking right. It's not looking right. I don't know if, somebody said it could be the editing, but you had to give them something for them to have on record. You can't blame editing on everything. These are your actions being shown on the show. I would have did this differently. If that was my woman, I'd be like, baby, this is what we're going to do. You're going to come in there. Every episode, we're going to see you leaving church. Oh, praise the Lord. And going straight to Xscape rehearsals. And yeah, Lord, I would have told them up front, I done found the Lord. I'm going to do my gospel album and put that out there so you could be more likable, because I think this is going to hurt. I think this negative stuff is going to hurt, because I'm seeing people saying, I ain't buying no gospel album from no thief. Because now listen, there's other gospel artists. They're not perfect. They're human. But we know some of their dirty lines, but they've already established themselves as gospel artists and already got the hits under their belt. Latasha, your hits are with Xscape. So you should have did that. You ain't doing this right. I would have been, who can I run to? And then, praise the Lord. You could have mixed it up. You did the who till I run to, and then you show us, show your religious side and how you want to do the gospel. And I would have went to Candy and, Lord, let's make amends. I would have been praying with everybody. You got to show us how you turned into this gospel person. Right now, I'm not seeing that. It just seems it's coming off a little, it's not coming off right. It's not, and then that whole thing, I was the creative person. It's not coming off right to me. It's not coming. So anyway, they all give them assignments. This one's going to do the creativity. This one's going to pick the songs, which leads me to the next scene where we have Coco's son, Candy, and Latasha, and they're picking the set list because, for the show, and they were playing their songs. Which song you think we should do? And Candy's trying to work with Latasha, and Coco's like, oh yeah, this. And Latasha again, I don't know. I don't know. This. You could tell there was some serious tension. And even Coco was like, what is this? Like, come on, that's not a good look. And then in the next scene we see of Latasha, you talking about your Motown Dylan. You so happy to be free and free from the negativity. But the show is making you look negative. She looks great though. They all look great, but she looks great. I must say that. But I don't know this show. I'm hoping this doesn't hurt you the way reality show has hurt some other artists like Kelly Price. I know people who still I love Kelly Price. I still love, but I know many people that can't stand her after seeing her on R&B Diva. So it does do damage to you. It does. I mean, Kelly's still working though, but it still does do damage. You don't want that, especially the difference. Kelly still has some established hits as Kelly Price. Latasha, you don't have any established gospel hits. Your hits are with Xscape. So you should have played that. In my opinion, you should have played that a little bit differently. You know, you should have just played it differently. But she didn't seem to want to, be bothered. She was acting funny. Then we see Candy speaking to Don Juan. I believe that's his name. And she said, she just giving us her butt to kiss, and she's acting so funny. She's being so difficult. And he said, and I like that, he said, you don't make someone your priority that makes you an option. And he's absolutely right. We also seen in this episode, what else did we see? We seen in this episode Coco's son Jay and Taj having a conversation. And I agree with Taj. He's saying because Jay does not want to continue going to school to be a dentist. He wants to stop school and pursue the music. But I think I get it. You have the passion for singing. I got the passion for singing. But sir, listen to them. Listen to the stories. The music business can be fickle. One day you're here, next day you're here, next day you're down there. They're fickle. Don't be like your mom said. I say, listen, think about it. Do the school go to school and do the music part-time on the weekends. Have something to fall back on, because you heard what Taj said. She said when SWV went kapooey, when they broke up, everybody was aiming at Coco. Her and Lily was messing. You heard what Lily said. She was sleeping in her car. And then Taj saying she had to take a job that was making $9 an hour. Can you imagine you playing stadiums and sold out shows, you on TV, platinum albums, and when the group breaks up, you working somewhere, no diss to people that work jobs that pay $9 an hour, but that's a very humbling thing to have happen to you. So it's like, I think he should, and I think I made a mistake last week. I said he was finished school. He's not, my mistake. But I think he should think about that. I think he should stay in school and still pursue, because you still have your mother's blessings. I think he should stay in school, though. I really do. I think he should, just to have something to do both. You can do both in this day and age, and I think he should, because that's a good thing to fall back on. You never know, just in case. And he's so young, it's good to have a plan. Just have something to fall back on, just in case, especially in the music industry, in the entertainment industry, period. But yeah, that was that. And then, of course, like I said, we seen Latasha with this gospel deal, and we're gonna see how this. Do you think this album is gonna do? I hope it does well for her. I hope it really does. But the press and the stuff that she's getting about her behavior and the stuff I'm reading, seeing in other interviews and stuff, I don't know. It's going to be, I'm seeing the way people are backlashing against her. Where your sister money at? You should have did, if they were going to bring up the stealing the money, I would have, oh, Lord, forgive me. We stole her money. And I would have returned your money right there on the show and bust out in the gospel song. Redeeming, show some redeeming quality. Something, that's what I think she should have. But I don't know. We'll see. I know that currently Xscape is still touring as a trio. So that's what they're doing. And she's out here. I've seen a promo for. She looks great for the gospel album. I just hope it does well. I really do. I hope it does well. And stop with all that. Get off the blogs talking about each other in the group. Stop doing that. Let's keep it positive. You doing a gospel album here, but we'll see. So that's all I have now. Tell me your thoughts about the episode. It looked like they're going to be doing some bickering next week in next week's episode. We'll see. But that's all I have for now. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video.